Hello, welcome to Study Circle. Today we are going to read Class 8 Standard Civics Chapter 7 Public Facilities. In this chapter, we will read about the role of government in providing public facilities as well as in implementing laws that apply to market, factory, and working condition of the people. Public facilities are the essential facilities for everyone, such as water, healthcare, electricity, public transport, schools, etc. The government plays a crucial role in their provisions, and once it is provided, its benefit can be shared by many people. Role of government. One of the most important functions of the government is to ensure that these public facilities are made available to everyone. Government must bear this responsibility because public facilities are not for profit. Private companies operate to profit in the market. For example, they will not get any direct benefit for keeping their drains clean. Availability and affordability. The interest areas of private sectors like schools and hospitals, the service is not available to all at an affordable rate. Basic needs. Public facilities are related to people's basic needs. Any modern society requires that these facilities be provided to meet people's basic needs. Fundamental rights. The right to life that Constitution guarantees is for all person living in the country. Financing public facilities. In the budget, the government announces the various ways in which it plans to meet its expenses. The main source of revenue for government is the taxes collected from the people. The government is empowered to collect these taxes and use them for such programs. For instance, to supply water, the government has to incur cost in pumping water, carrying it over long distances, laying down pipes for distribution, etc. It meets these expenses partly from the various taxes that it collects and partly by charging a price for water. Water as a public facility. Importance of water. Water is essential part of life and good health. Safe drinking water can prevent many water related diseases. India has one of the largest number of cases of disease such as diarrhea, dysentery, cholera. Over 1600 Indians, most of them children below the age of 5, reportedly die every year because of water related disease. Constitutional mandate. The Constitution of India recognizes the right to water as being part of the right to life under the Article 21. This means that it is a right of every person, whether rich or poor, to have enough water to fulfill one's daily need at an affordable price. Justice intervention. Right to safe drinking water is a fundamental right. It has been held by courts and Supreme Court in several court cases. In 2007, the Andhra Pradesh High Court restated this while hearing a case based based on a letter written by a villager of Mahbubnagar district on the contamination of drinking water. The villagers complained why the textile company was discharging poisonous chemicals into a stream near his village, contaminating groundwater, which was the source of irrigation and drinking water. The judges directed Mahbubnagar district collector to supply 25 liters of water to each person in the village. Glaring situation of water supply by the local bodies in India. In Chennai, municipal supply meets only about the half needs of the people of the city. Here you can see the image of some women in Chennai are in lined up for water scarcity. The burden of shortfalls in water supply falls mostly on the people poor. Great inequalities in water use exist as shown on table below. Required supply per water person in an urban area is 135 liters per day per person, that is 7 bucket. Available by people in slums is 20 liters per day per person, that is 1 bucket. Available consumed by people in luxury hotels, that is 1600 liters per day per person, that is 80 bucket. A similar scenario of shortage and acute crisis during the summer months is common to other cities of India. Some people argue that since the government is unable to supply the amount of water that is needed and many of the municipal water departments are running at a loss, private companies should be allowed to take over the task of water supply. Private sector in water supply. Throughout the world, water supply is a function of government. There are very few instances of private water supply. There are areas in world such as Porto Alegre, Brazil, where public water supply has achieved universal access. In a few cases where the responsibility for water supply was handed over to private companies, there was a steep rise in the price of water, making it unaffordable for many. Cities saw huge protest riots breaking out in places like Bolivia, forcing the government to take back the service from private hands. Success stories of government water departments in India. First, the Mumbai, the water supply department raises enough money through water charges to cover its expenses on supplying water. Hyderabad, urban body has increased coverage and improved performance in revenue collection. Chennai, several rainwater harvesting initiatives has been initiated to increase the level of groundwater. It has also used the service of private companies for transporting and distributing water, but the government water supply department decides the rate for water tankers and give them permission to operate. Public water supply in Porto Alegre city, Brazil. The city has a far lower number of infant deaths as compared to most other cities of the world. The city's water department has achieved universal access to safe water, and this is the main reason behind the lower number of infant deaths. The average price of water is kept low and the poor are charged half the basic rate. Whatever profit the department makes is used to improve the water supply. Public transport as public facility. Buses are most important forms of public transport over short distances. It is the main link to workplace for majority of the working people. As an alternative to buses, the government has planned and executing ambitious metro rail projects for most metropolitan cities. Sanitation as public facility. Besides safe drinking water, sanitation is a must in prevention of waterborne disease. In India, sanitation coverage is even lower than that of clean water. Official figures for 2011 show that 87% of the households in India have access to drinking water and about 53% have access to sanitation. Toilet facilities within the premises of residents. Public water supply in Porto Alegre city, Brazil. The city has a far lower number of infant deaths as compared to most other cities of the world. The city's water department has achieved universal access to safe water, and this is the main reason behind the lower number of infant deaths. The average price of water is kept low, and the poor are charged half the basic rate. Whatever, whatever profit the department makes is used to improve the water supply. Interesting point of this chapter is that sustainable development goal, that is SDG. Goal 6 is clean water and sanitation. Goal 11 is sustainable cities and communities. Goal 12 is responsible consumption and production. It is very important to remember that goal 6 is clean water and sanitation, goal 11 is sustainable cities and communities, goal 12 is for responsible consumption and production. The Indian constitution guarantees the right to education for all children between the age of 6 to 14 years. Budget. This is an account of the expenses the government has made on its programs in the past year and how much it plans to spend in the coming year. Right to water entitles everyone to sufficient, safe, acceptable, physical, accessible, and affordable water for personal and domestic use by United Nations 2002. Mumbai Suburban Railway. It is the densest route in the world, attending to 65 lakh passengers daily. It has a rail network of about 300 kilometers. Here you can see some images from your NCRT books. The government needs to play an active role in providing adequate access to proper health facilities for the entire population. This includes the eradication of preventable diseases like polio, as shown in the above photograph. This is the image of public transport, water scarcity in rural areas. Thank you.